Hello everyone, this is Bamidele from Delaware Studios. You're welcome to another episode of Android Programming. We'll be looking at the Android UI, and basically today we'll be focusing on the card view layout of an Android application. A card view layout is just another form of layout in which you have a box-like shape, mostly a rectangle, that can actually hold a lot of things, text, images, and some other functionalities. So you can actually use it in a list view format. Instead of you to have the normal very long slant rectangular list view, you can decide to have them in a card view format, whereby they are well presented and well laid out. It actually follows suit from the Android material design, which actually made Android UI more presentable and appealing. Okay, we'll just be talking about the basic, or let me say the fundamental process of designing or developing a card view layout in an Android application. Right, for this moment, I'll go straight to my Android Studio, which is my development environment, where I have a card view layout being designed and fully developed. Okay, right now I'm on my on Android Studio, and at the left I have the directories of all my files where I have my Java classes and also the XML. But first of all, I would like to talk about the build.radio, the module application, where I will mention something very important. The dependencies. We have the compile com.android support the card view version 7. This dependency is very important for you to have a card view working. You must actually have this right in place. So this dependency is so important, which is the first step that you really need to do in order to have a card view flow moving. Okay, I would like to talk about the layouts, the Android layouts. We'll talk about the Android XML, the fourth Android XML. The activity made used to be, but this is actually the activity underscore card underscore view XML, which actually holds the default XML of the application. Okay, this XML is in a frame layout whereby we have the ID. We give it an ID of the container, the layout width and height is also matching the parent. The pattern left, right, top, bottom are all in 16 dp, and the core text is calling on the directory to the card view activity, which is the Java class, the default activity of the card view. And also we have the merge root frame, which is actually going to merge two XMLs together. Okay, let's get to know the fragment card view, which is the major layout, which populates the major layout of the application. It's a scroll view whereby you can actually scroll, and it's in a linear layout, which is the child of scroll view. Also, there is one important aspect here: the support version 7 card view widget, which is very, very important. We give it an ID called card view, and also the layout width and height are specified appropriately. The fill parent and wrap content field. Okay, we have the elevation, which is at 100 dp, and we also set a background to the card view, which is gotten from the color file, which is right placed in the values folder or directory, over here. Okay, the card corner radius. This is a default corner radius which we've actually specified to the card view, which is a rectangular shape. When we say a radius is always the curved edges of a rectangular shape. You can decide to continue to curve it and curve it more. The higher the dp, the more the curve of the edges of the layout of the card view layout will be. Okay, we have the layout margin left and the layout margin right, which are set to 32 dp. So a text will follow suit, which is also set appropriately. This text carries the card view widget, or the card view widget can be found, blah blah blah. This text view is actually going to sit right inside the card view functionality. It's not out of it, so it's right sitting on it. Okay. There is another layout, linear layout, that followed suit. This linear layout orientation is horizontal, which is going to be slant. Okay, and the text view, while that actually follows suit, is the radius. We want to create a sick bar in the sense that once you scroll the sick bar from the left to the right, which is in an ascending order, the curve, the radius of the card view will continue to get more curved. So while increasing it, it gets more curved. While decreasing it, it goes back to its normal shape. That is just the idea behind this. Okay. We'll be looking at the Java class. Talk about the first Java class, which is the card view activity. This card view activity it extends the normal activity, but it can extend the compact activity. Okay, we actually imported the activity and also the OS bundle into this course. Okay, we have one method here which is being overridden from the super method, the onCreate, or we call on the saved instance, which is super, and we set the content view of the layout to activity card view, which I discussed earlier in the XML session, and we have an if statement to test that if the saved instance is equals to null, you get a fragment manager, which is for the card view layout, and also you begin transaction at the same time. You had the card view fragment, creating a new instance of it, and you commit the request. That is just what the card view activity is doing. Let's look at where some other logic is being declared in the card view fragment. The card view fragment extends fragment. So we have to import some things. We imported the sick bar, the view group, view, layout, inflator, the log, and also the support version 7 widget card view. That one is also very important. Okay, we declared a field called the string tag, called it thereby attaching the card view fragment, calling on the class to get a simple name method, which we'll be talking afterwards. We declare two fields, the card view, calling it mcard view. This is the card view widget, and also the sick bar that changes the corner radius attribute for the widget, calling it mRadius sick bar. Okay. So we use this factory method to create a new instance of this fragment using the provided parameter. A new instance of fragment notification fragment is being created, whereby we have a method called CardView fragment, giving it a new instance, as I mentioned earlier, and also instantiating the CardView fragment, giving the new keyword CardView fragment and a name called fragment, thereby setting a return instance to true and returning the fragment. So we declared an empty constructor, which is called the CardView fragment. All right, we overrode a lot of things. The onCreate method, which is saving the bundle instance state, and also the onCreate view that takes three parameters: the inflator, container, and the saved instance state, and will return the inflate, whereby calling on the layout of the fragment card view, the container, and also setting it to false. We override a method called onViewCreated, calling on the view and also the saved instance. That's from the super class, the view and the saved instance. So we are going to use the mcard view, the radius sick bar, calling on the mcard ID and also the ID of the sick bar, so that we'll be able to use its functionality here. The mRadius sick bar is we set on sick bar change listener, not on click listener that it used to be forgotten. For sick bar is on set on sick bar change listener, whereby the sick bar is set to its listener. All right, we have to override the on progress change. So while you are being pulling it from left to right or doing one thing or the other, what should happen? That's the essence of this on progress change. We call on the sick bar as a parameter, the progress, and also from which user. Okay, from the sick bar progress, we assigned a sort of wildcard, to get the progress, and also we call on the mcard view to set the radius of the progress. So as you are rolling, as you are pulling up the sick bar, the radius of the